I leave the floor to Christian Schulte.
Thank you very much, Anders. So, as said, my name is Christian Schulte, and let's first do a sanity check. Can everybody hear me? Loud and clear? Okay, very good. So, unfortunately, I have to behave today, right, because I'm being taped. So, I cannot use any swear words or do any monkey business. And so, my role here is that I'm director of studies responsible for degree project work here at the school on the master level. But today I want to talk about the very ideas how these degree projects are conducted both on the master as well as on the bachelor level. And to give you an idea, I'm actually, maybe like you are too, quite overwhelmed by the number of students, right? I think it is the biggest number of students I have ever seen in my career here at KTH in one room here in Kista. So maybe I'm a little bit more impressed than you are, actually. Okay, so what I want to do today is basically give you the essential information that you need to run a successful degree project. And I actually, by deliberation, have chosen the word run. It is not, it's not about just producing a piece of paper at the end that becomes your report, but it will be about a structured process that, delivers, of course, at the end, a report, but also, follows normal structured a work process, and we will see that this process is quite important. And so basically this knowledge, or the things I'm going to talk about, are meant such you don't go into trouble, right? And because, for many of you, this is the last thing you are ever going to do here, and the next thing is making money, right, in industry or academia. So whenever you screw up, you are losing money, right? So you even have a financial interest of listening very carefully today. Okay, so I want to talk, first I want to explain to you, that in a way, degree projects are nothing but normal courses, and I will just give you an idea what the goal of these degree projects are. Talk a little bit about how the grading of these degree project works, then talk a little bit about how the work is structured in a process during these degree projects, and then I will somehow give you some miscellaneous information, and this information is typically where we know that sometimes there is confusion or it's a likely source of problems for you guys. Okay, and please, if there is any question, just interrupt me. Okay. So, and of course you have seen large number of students, which means also a rather diverse population here with different topic areas, right? So these are the subject areas here at the school: information and software systems, communication systems, electronics and computer systems, microelectronics and applied physics. And the relevance for you is, when you come up with a proposal for a degree project, then one person, the examiner that you have to find here at KTH school, will actually register you eventually for a course in one of these areas, right? And the courses typically exist in two variants. One of the as a 15 credit course, right? This is relevant for Högskoleingenieur Kandidat. In the third year, Civilingenieur in the third year, and the 30 point is Civilingenieur fifth year and Master second year, right? And as any other course, it requires election and then also registration, but we'll get into that, and the outcome of the course will be a public document. A public document, it's a very Swedish concept, so anybody can request and has the right to obtain that document. This is very important because it will later define what you can actually put into that document, provided you prefer to run your degree project at a company, right? Okay, so in order to be eligible to actually start, you have to have a certain number of credits, right? So that is basically 2 years for the bachelor level, and this is also, for the third-year students in the civil engineer programs, and then for master and civil engineer, you can see that, and of course, the administration will check these requirements. If you do not fulfill these requirements, but you have found an examiner who believes that you are still capable of doing your degree project, then this examiner can actually waive you for this requirement, right? But this requires a discussion with an examiner. So what is the goal? So, and actually, somehow I'm going to present both master and bachelor level at the very same time, but somehow they differ slightly on their goals. I will actually typically try to highlight in which respect they are differing. And the focus I take here is on the master level, right? So unless I say explicitly that something is on the bachelor level, I'll be talking master level, right? And the definite source is, some documentation of how degree projects are to be conducted here at the School of Information and Communication Technology in Kista. And there's a resource section at the end of this talk with links where you can find this documentation. And your study counselors, so that is Elisabeth, Håkan, Malbrit, and Susie, are going to send a version of these slides to you later on, hopefully. Please. And one tip is this documentation you should actually also hand out to your supervisors, all right? So the supervisor is typically the problem owner and will be very often at a company. And of course, you can expect that they are not exactly experts in running degree projects. They all maybe have at least this experience that they did a degree project when they got their degree long time ago, but they might actually be not very knowledgeable or used to how we do it here, and so please give it also to your supervisor. Okay, so I don't want to walk through all the details, right? So I will leave that actually you to read up in this documentation. But what you typically have to show here is that you actually have the skills and the knowledge to solve a problem, attack a problem in your technical domain, and then within given constraints that you are able to independently analyze a problem, right, and solve this problem on a certain level. And here, of course, the difference between master and bachelor will be quite clear, right? Some will be more basic problems on the bachelor level and advanced technical problems on the master level, right? And then also one important aspect of these degree projects is that you yourself are in control over the required knowledge, right? So that you have to be able to identify, I need more knowledge here, right? And then to successfully continue with your degree project. Another goal is that you need to be able to critically review work conducted by others, right? So you need to be able to reflect on it, evaluate it, judge it, right? And add another one, of course, which is no surprising given that you are meant to produce, right? A document at the end, you need to be able to present and document the outcome of your degree project, right? And of course, not only in some informal, sloppy way, but with a clear structure, with proper language, so that actually others have a chance of reading and understanding and judging the merits of your own work, right? How does the grading work? So there are 5 passing grades A to E and 1 failed grade F. And just to remember you what these grades actually mean, A means excellent, B means very good, C means good, D means satisfactory, and E means sufficient. What D and E are going to mean in context of a degree project, I'm going to talk a little bit later on. And the grades are actually based on 3 aspects. One is the process, the process used to, or how you work on your degree project. The second one is the actually scientific or engineering related content. And the third one is actually the presentation of your results. And for each of these 3 aspects, you will be awarded between 0 and 3 points. If you score 0 in any of these aspects, the thesis work is failed. And otherwise, you sum it up, you get a number between 0 and 9. And depending on the sum,